Hello and welcome to this Warno 1v1 game between a SneakyBlackGuy playing as 152 Easy, and he's going up against Pixel playing as 6YA. So we'll cover the deck reviews, then we'll talk about the map, the matchup, the deployments, and the game, and as always, timestamps in the description. Right, so this is the deck review for Pixel, and he's playing his favorite 6YA. This div is pretty meta, you see it a lot in the tournaments. It's quite strong, so basically you don't get any airborne forward deployment, but you can open with some funny rocket stuff. You do get special forces infantry, but they're not airborne forward deployment. And then you just whack everybody with the artillery, and you get some nice tanks. You're not really missing anything. You get these, which are super good against tanks, and this is really good against infantry, and it's 12 per card. So yeah, it's a pretty good all rounder, and that's why you see it so often, basically. Also, the Spetsgrupper A got an AT, like it was a few months ago, but they got an AT launcher, so they didn't used to have that, and that really helps at the start of the game because these guys have recon deployment and used to just be able to drive a vehicle into them. Now you really struggle to kill them because it's 10 guys with special forces and satchels and AT and an SVD and submachine guns, so it's kind of hard to deal with them. So we'll go through this tab by tab. First things first, 3 cards of supply. I mean, it makes sense if you want to keep these firing all game, especially with that 6 salvo length. And you got lots of heavy tanks to repair. So 3 cards of supply makes sense. In terms of the options, you know, you don't really want to bring this because if it dies, then it's very bad. So you're kind of stuck with this. Then we've got, 6 CVs, 7 CVs even. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So car for the wheeled one. I really do like these. They're very cheap. This class of CVs, there's quite a few of them that are similar to this. 40, 45 points, something like that. It's very cheap. It's only 2 per card and it's slow, but the idea is it's literally half the price of this one. So you can open with 2 of these without complicating your deployment at all. And then you can just put them with your RT or whatever if your CV needs an RT. If your RT needs a CV, or if your AA needs a CV, you know. Then in the infantry tab, so these are the ones off 4th Mordschützen, except they're better because they're not airborne forward deployed. Which, okay, that is a problem. But as a result, they're like 10 points cheaper. So if you look at this, and then let's just yeah, so they're 10 points cheaper, which doesn't really make much sense. It should be 5 points cheaper because it's not airborne forward deployment. But the helo transports are expensive. But the price of the helo transports got reduced in the last patch, thus making 6YA even stronger. So, I mean, this doesn't really make any sense on paper. This one should be 5 points more. Or this one could be 5 points less, but that doesn't make sense if you compare it to, you know, something like this. Etc. Depends how much you value special forces, basically. So, yeah, these are cool. It's just they only come in these helos, but this used to be 45, now it's 40. So that makes these, you know, you're saving 8 times 40 points across both of these cards, which is, it's not an inconsequential amount. It's not huge, but anyway, so basically it brings a lot of things in the BMP-1 PG, and if you don't have anything to kill this will kill your infantry really fast because of the grenade launcher. If you do have something to kill it, like a light tank, then it can't smoke and it dies. So that's the trade-off here, that this one gets smoke, and this one doesn't, but it gets a grenade launcher. So it depends which one, you know. This used to be 5 points cheaper, but now that they're the same price, you know, just depends if you want that smoke or if you want that grenade launcher. So then he brings a regular Mordschützen in. Did I just press that, or was that like that before? Yeah, okay, great. He brings it in this one, so that's a Maryuka, but this is 5 points more than it used to be as well. Whereas this stayed the same price. So it's a bit more of a question mark now, whereas this used to be 10 points cheaper, at which point there's really no point bringing this one. But now this might be worth it because it one-shots 3 armor, but I just like spamming out the Maryukas because they've got more range and you just suppress everything even if you don't kill them. Like, it does have less accuracy, and at the same range, it will still have less accuracy. So Periapio, 1 vet, fair enough. I mean, you can bring regular satchels, but these guys have satchels, so... And then a Conkers, no vet. So yeah, that all makes sense. Vopos, a Militia now, which makes them a lot worse. And this thing's, 30 points, so... Arty, so yeah, I bring 2 cards of these at 1 vet, and it's 152mm, not 203, but they're pretty good because they've basically got like the highest tier of 152/155 firepower, so it's like the Alf 1 that France gets and stuff like that. So the only issue is the 6 salvo length, which if you're against a good player, like the last 3 rounds are pointless because they're just going to move or they are dead. But if you're against a bad player, it's good because they'll just stand there and get artied. Anyway, mortar for smoke in the tracked armoured transport so it doesn't die. Tanks, so CV tank. And then the T-55As are still really good. The price went up a while ago, but I still buy these whenever I can. And yeah, you bring 4 at 2 vet, or you can bring 6 at 1 vet, but 4 at 2 vet's nice. It makes them pretty strong because they tend not to get stunned and routed as easily. And so they can keep shooting people. Then you've got, so these went down in price. So you can buy one of these a minute now. I think this used to be like 265, or might be mistaking it for the T80BV. Anyway, really nice tank. I don't see why people think they're weak. They are not. Well, okay, the people who've told me they think they're weak just aren't very good at the game. So, yeah, this is a good tank. This is a good tank. This is a good tank. So, basically, this will survive a 30 AP plane missile, which is very important, as will this, but this won't. So that's why it's cheaper. Then he's decided to bring this as a defensive tool for the Repairer ATGM. I prefer these because you can use them more offensively. Obviously the missile doesn't go as far, but it's got a good stealth and it's wheeled and you can drive it around to annoy people. This is more of a defensive tool. Spec Scrupper we spoke about, pretty crazy unit. Pretty crazy unit. So it's not airborne forward deployed, but it's recon forward deployed, and yeah, it gets there and it messes stuff up. This has twice the DPS of an autocannon helo for just no particular reason. And then, yeah, so he's brought these so he can spam out the BMP ones with the mediocre stealth, which is actually quite annoying to deal with. But he doesn't have any, so I'd prefer this or this. Like I'd have a 3rd card of recon here. So this is exceptional optics, so that helps your tanks see. And then this is very good optics, so I would prefer to have one of these. Maybe you could even, I'm not sure what you'd swap out for it. Yeah, it would have to be this, I suppose. Because otherwise your tanks can't really see very well. The Tunguska's crap, so I'm really not sure why he brings it. I don't just get the Igla. The Bucks, of course, very, very good. And this thing's incredibly good against infantry. And you get 12 of them. Helis, so, I mean, I think the Escartini's kind of crap as well. I'd just bring 2 cards of Rocket 2s if you're going to do it like this. But what I'd probably actually do is get rid of that. Down vet this, get rid of that, and then get, this so your tanks can see. And also, because you don't have this one, this fulfills a similar role if it can go around the sides through the forest and give you good vision and stuff. And yeah, the urns for some reason come at 2 vet, so they're pretty cracked as well, and you can even bring them at 3 vet if you want, but 2 vet's kind of the crucial thing, so if they were at 1 vet, they'd have like 45% accuracy here, whereas it almost doubles when you go to 2 vet. AA, so he likes having air superiority and killing all helicopters with these, at which point it's like, why bother with the Tunguska? And then this is for killing tanks. This used to have 500 kilos here, and it went to 250, so that is a nerf. But I'm pretty sure it still kills whatever it's pointed at. And then this is anti-infantry. Switching to his opponent's deployment, on his opponent's deck, we've got Sneaky playing the worst division in the game. This division absolutely sucks. It is not good. So why he's playing it is beyond me, but credit to him, power to him. Gotta respect the hustle. Playing such a trash div. Anyways, limited utility in this deck review here because it's like, well, this is just bad, so it doesn't really matter what you do. But yeah, 2 cards of supply can make sense because you don't really have a huge amount of arty. You know, it's like Toad and stuff, and it's not like you've got loads of tanks, right? Then, yeah, this CV comes at 2 vet for whatever reason. I mean, it doesn't really make much of a difference. I think it does actually cap the zone very slightly faster. And then, yeah, he's brought this one. So 1 AP slot there. Okay, so he's got 5 CVs, 7 CVs, because he brings this. Infantry, so 2 cards of Milan is very, very normal on this division. And you bring them at no vet, and you bring them in the Milan transport, so you can get a lot, like, 14 Milans out. And so he's got the Commandos de l'Air. Brings both of them in Vibs. I used to bring one in a Vib, one in a car. And then I switched them both to Vibs, and I haven't actually played it since, so I don't know if it's worth doing. Reservists in the Reservist VAB. So this now has a recon vehicle, so he brings the Gendarmes de l'Air. So these are military police, but they've got 3 SMGs, which makes them pants. But they're only 15 points more than Prevost for twice the HP. But you do lose availability, so it's up to you, really. But anyway, it comes in a military police vehicle, which you can put with your reservist VABs, so that's nice. Then he brings reservists LRAC, which I don't really like at all, but they do have AT, so that's nice. It's not a very good AT, but it's an AT. And similar story there, you would put them with the Gendarmes de l'Air, but you can't vet them, so... Marceauin's Applas in the VAB for Applas action. Sapper's Flam I honestly think are trash. I don't understand why people keep bringing them. Whenever I see them fight, they just die. So I don't really think these are good. I think you'd be better off bringing regular Sappers at 1 vet and just satcheling people to death. Because this, I mean, sure it fires 4 rounds, but if they're in a building, it doesn't really even do anything. So it's really only useful in forests. And, yeah, I just don't think it's that good, frankly. Commandos de l'Air we spoke about, so these are the crown and glory of this division because they get a full-powered sniper rifle, not a DMR. And, yeah, this is a MMG team at 1 vet, which you kind of need on this div because you struggle to kill infantry. So you don't have those AA guns or whatever, right? Oh, actually, you do. And it's special forces. Runs out of ammo really quick, though. Interesting. So RT, he brings 2 155s up vetted, so that's 2 AP it's costing him to up vet those. Surprised he's doing things this way around. Like, this should really be mediocre stealth. Anyway, so what he could be doing is, getting 7 of these. And they have mediocre stealth, and so you can send them around the sides to annoy people, right? But you'd have to get rid of this, down vet that, and then get rid of an infantry or something. Anyway, mortars for smoke, brings the smaller caliber one. Okay. Tank, so CV tank, quote unquote, I mean, yeah, alright. But like... Save 1, save 2. Yeah, so this is shit, right? So there you go, you save 3 AP there, and then you still need CV, so there you go. Now you're saving 1, and then you down vet this, and now you're saving 3. And that means you can get more planes, because he doesn't have enough planes. Like, what happens if you see a tank? What's going to happen? So I would recommend either the Super Retard Rocket for anti-infantry, it's not too good at it, or this thing. for anti-plane, anti-tank. So yeah, or instead of getting this plane, you could get 7 of these at one vet and just send them all around the sides at 90 kilometers an hour and just try and annoy people to death. I mean, it's certainly a possibility. Yeah, I mean, it's a heat gun, but you can send it all the way around. I mean, I guess the plan is to do it with this, which is, it's the same gun, so. Oh. I'm looking at the same thing. So it says F2 instead of F1, but we're not sure what the difference is. I guess it shoots faster. And that's it. And you're paying 20 more points for it. I mean, it's got 4 armor, I guess. It's got good stealth and some mediocre stealth, but yeah, sure, you do you. I'd like to have this, because like, what happens if you come up against a tank? You might want to kill it. And then these are overpriced. Milan 2s. This thing should have more availability. It's not very good. And then this is your better range one. It's got no smoke and it's only got 1 armor. It's only got mediocre stealth. This thing has 6 HP, which is nice. And then, as we spoke about, he's brought 2 cards of these. We'll see what he can get done with them. Then we've got Reserve Eclairs in the, recon transport. Marsoin's Eclairs in the VAB. So these are nice, but you only get 1 card, so it's kind of rough. And then we got 2 cards of Crow Towers, because apparently you need 7 Crow Towers. Why not? Why not 5 Crow Towers? Or 4 Crow Towers? I think 7's a bit much, frankly. Or even 6 Crow Towers, right? Anyway, Minstrels, and he doesn't bring it in the VAB T20 because I guess he figures he's got the Vibs, so alright. And then this thing for anti-infantry, I mean, it's alright, I guess. It's pretty good, it's just you only get 8 of them, your opponent gets 12. And it runs out of ammo super fast, so. But yeah, this is quite nice against infantry, because it's actually the double gun one. The single gun one isn't actually that good, because the accuracy is base 10, so you have to get it up to 2 vet to get 20%, whereas this starts at 30, so. Helis, so typically people like to bring a card of these. I'm really surprised he's not done that. Like, let's say you didn't want to get rid of, the CV option or whatever. I really would recommend bringing a card of these, because it's got 6 HP, so it doesn't die in 1 hit to a man pad, so it's actually pretty useful. So basically, instead of one of these, you want this one, because these are fire and forget. So you just launch all the missiles, and then, like this only has 1 of them, and this has 2, so you might want to try this. If it doesn't work, just swap it back. Anyway, that's the deck review. Like I said, this is the worst division in the game, so there's really a limit to what you can do. And I'll see you in the game. Right, so with that out of the way, you know my feelings on this division. This is the worst div in the game. There is no div that is worse than this div. So, I'm quite surprised he's picked it, but there you go. Just practicing, I guess. Credit to him. On the flip side, we've got Pixel playing 6YA, which is an A-tier division. One of the best divs in the game. I'd say this is a top 10 in the game division, and this is the worst division in the game. So, yeah, pretty unfortunate for Sneaky to match into this. But when you press ranked, you got to expect that this sort of thing is going to happen. So yeah, this. I mean, I don't know what to say. Even Do Rhine is better than this. So it's Do Rhine's actually quite a bit better than this. In terms of the map, basically most people end up just barreling down here all game, even though there's the whole rest of the map. But as you can see, this is some open area, so this is tank country. You can put a ATGM here, right? And you can get them in the buildings and stuff, right? And generally this is where the tanks are most useful, whereas infantry, and I suppose here to here, tanks are quite useful, but generally infantry tends to dominate. If you've got like an Eric's or something, that's really going to help you in these situations. map's not too wide, but like here, you know, nobody puts anybody here, so you can get around the side there, and nobody puts anything here, so you can get around the side there. So that's what I would expect 152 easy to do, because if he doesn't get an Appelas around here to the spawn, I just don't see how he wins. So we'll see what he does by looking at the deployments. So we've got Commando's Delay, which are airborne forward deployment. So that's 152 Easy's only advantage, basically, is this squad. It's a pretty nice squad. And the transport's decent, but not as good as it used to be. So, yeah, that's alright. Like, you see, it's only got 20% accuracy. So he's got one of these going down. I mean, this is stopping here, which is nonsensical. Basically, he should know that his opponent doesn't have any airborne forward deployment. So this should be going to here, minimum. But he's just stopping there. Because this is also... Oh yeah, it used to be a Special Forces transport, but it's not anymore. I think they should bring that back, frankly. This div sucks. Anyway, so like this would get there first, yes. So like, why is this in such a defensive place? Why not send this up? And yeah, P4 Milan behind that. Then on the left side of Dimitri, we got the Commando's Delay, and then four Milans, which they're Milan 1s, by the way. Which like, what's the point? Because you know they're just going to shoot you, like especially if you're here, like what? I don't know. I suppose he doesn't really have a choice because his only tank guns are all heat, so they don't get better the closer you are to the enemy. So you've just got to kind of rely on the good stealth and hope that he can hit something. But I mean, the enemy's probably going to have a recon in here. Depends how far this is going. Okay, so this guy is going to there. Hopefully, I mean, I assume that will make it because I don't see what's going to stop him. And Marceau and Sinclair's to there. So the idea is if the enemy can't get any recon in these positions, then you get your ATGMs up, right? Then we got a mortar for smoke, 81mm. The funny AA gun for anti-infantry. Milan 2, and that comes in a Milan vehicle. And then more Milans, and the CV for Centre Fedor. Then we've got another Marceau in Sinclair's, and he's going to here, apparently. And a Milan 1 going to this building, and then the vehicle's going to there. Quite surprised that this isn't coming back to here, but okay. Because he's already got a lot of ATGMs there. We've got a Marceau and Sinclair's unloading here. No Vib on this side, whatever. Vib. Then we've got AA gun. Milan 1. Are these Milan 1s? They are. Milan 1. CV for Anna Center Dimitri. Switching to his opponent's deployment, we got 6Y, pretty common division, particularly in the tournaments. And so he doesn't get airborne forward deployed. This is his best forward deployment, and it is really good, actually. Anyway, it's not as fast. So on this side, he's playing defensive, Aufklärer BMP 1s with a Mott Aufklärer in them. And behind that, Conkers and go to here, and the CV. Then in mid, we got Spetsgrupper, and then Conkers for this build. Like, this is a really nice house. As you can see all the way down the road. Whereas, I suppose blue gets the same here. But, like, this is probably better, frankly. You can see a lot further. Yeah. But, you know, if you're blue, you can put somebody in this forest, and that can see all the way down this road, so... And then 2 AA guns. Motor Strelky in the grenade launcher BMP, so 3 of those, and then a Tunguska. I'm really surprised by this deployment. I would have 1 infantry, no AA guns, and 3 T-55As. The fact that he's not opening T-55As is really strange. Anyway, BMP-1 Mott Aufklärer, BMP-1 Mott Aufklärer. Another AA gun, more motor strelky, and then BMP-1 grenade launcher guys, and then this Mott Aufklärer again, and then a CV for not Dimitri, apparently. Sorry, not Gregory. Very surprised by that. I mean, you'd think you'd want to take Gregory and then Elena and then Dimitri, but we'll see what happens. Let's cast the game. Right, so they're off, and it's time for me to thank the generous channel joiners, generously joining the channel. They get their names on the screen, they get the videos early, they get members exclusive videos. One join at the lowest level is worth 2,000 views, so if you're feeling bad about your ad block, it's a great way to support the channel. At the highest tier, you get your games cast at a rate of 1 a month. Typically Warno, some people do send me Steel Division 2 or Wargame Red Dragon, but in general, I mean, I'm not very good at those games, so those casts tend to be of lower quality. Send me some Age of Empires 4 if you want. Hopefully Broken Arrow gets something. But as you can see, the Commandos Delay do get there first. Spectrupper wisely unload ahead of time. And yeah, that's because they're 100 kilometers an hour, whereas this is 90, right? This thing used to be a beast, but they got rid of the Special Forces trait for it, which I think was a big mistake, actually, because 152 sucks, so... Anyway, in this situation, the Commando's Delay will actually lose, because if the Scorpions can fire, which they can, they're going to impart a lot of suppression and a reasonable amount of DPS. Like, SMGs, when they get in range, are actually pretty good. The MP5 is the best one. Like, just like, it's like way better for some reason. It's got like twice the accuracy, but... so we see the ATGM wall coming in here, taking out a lot of these transports, and you might think that doesn't matter, but each one of those is 20 points that Pixel isn't going to get back. So it does matter a little bit. You see the counter RPGs, counter ATGMs, and you see the power of these AA guns. This Commando's Delay is really struggling here. Looks like the CV is going to go down because the Conkers can see it. We just capped the zone in time, but he's not getting anybody on Fedor, so that's where this is going. And Pixels realised, oh, I can cap Gregory, so he's leaving to go cap Gregory now, but that means he's not in Dimitri, which is a plus... Can't tell. It's +1 as well, okay. So it's not as big a deal. I mean, you might as well just cap this. What he could do is send this over. Right, because it's not doing anything. So, lots of ATGMs flying around. And here we go. So we got a super retard out. It's going for the Motostrelki there. Should kill it. The Tunguska might kill it, though, on its way out. Yeah, it hit with the missile. So if it hits with the next one, this thing's dead. And it missed, so fair enough. It's 30% ECM on these. It's a shame they're not more common. Like, we only really see them on this div, and this div sucks, so you never see them. It's a cool play in the Super Retard. It's good against British ships. Anyway, Reservist Elrak, yeah, they keep losing transports to these ATGMs. You might think it doesn't matter, but it does. So, first big RT piece out here. So, Jiatsin, and yeah, I was going to say, like, it's going to be really useful for either player to get one of these out, you know, an RT piece. Because you can just kill the ATGMs, but in the deck review I was talking about how this has a salvo length of 6. And you see here the disadvantage of that. The first one killed it, and the next 5 were wasted, so it's not actually a positive, in my opinion, most of the time. It depends. If you're against a guy who's not moving because he's a special, then obviously it's going to be really good, right? So, Super Attendard, oh, it doesn't actually have rockets on it. It doesn't have the side missiles on it, I thought it did. But yeah, I'm really surprised by how Sneaky's playing this. He should be trying to get around with the EBRs and everything. Try and get an Appelas around and get it up to here and shoot stuff, because they tend not to use these 2 roads. But instead he's just trying to play face-to-face, and that's just not going to work against 6Y. And I'm surprised that we haven't seen more T55As from Pixel, because they're so good here because of the ranges. And they survive a Milan 2 hit, which is pretty important. So this thing should have evac'd ages ago. Its main advantage is that it gets these rockets back quite quickly. It doesn't get these back very quickly. But basically, if you leave it up too long, it just takes ages to get its fuel back. So he's just clearly forgotten about this, and it's just sort of flying around. Because it's not got anything. Like, he doesn't need that for anything. You see the ZPUs really messing up these reservists. They are very dead. I would have thought he would have put one here and one here and just hidden behind, but he's chosen death. He's chosen death, so he's going to die there. I mean, there's so much fire support on him there. So he buys some more reservists, but one wonders where this is all going. I don't really see how the 152 player can... The main advantage he had was the forward deployment, and that didn't he didn't really get much out of that. It's already been negated, basically, so now he's stuck with these reservist Milan wads, which, okay, that didn't miss. Sadly, the kills don't come up anymore next to the minimap. They just don't come up because they broke it. So this one does have the magics on it, see? So that was a good kill. He got a T80B there, and oh, Tunguska misses. Yeah, this is why I don't rate it at all. I just don't think it's very good. And yeah, Jiatsin will claim another victim. So you gotta like move constantly. So these guys, they're gonna get a kill there if they. Okay, never mind. They were moving, so have a tap moving, and then it's like, okay, now I'm gonna buy these. Well, you gotta hit the T55 like 10 times to kill it with this, and it's got 45% accuracy, so you're gonna be there for a while. So they're not very good. I think this should be a little cheaper, frankly. And wherever he goes, he's just met by a wall of these AA guns, so it's pretty rough. It's pretty rough. In the meantime, I think Pixel's played it properly. He's played it how it should be played. You just take it slow. This div's ass. You don't have to rush anything. Make sure you get... I'm surprised. He should really have 2 books out, though. He should have at least 1 book out, because this is... like, Sneaky's main advantage at the moment are his planes. And if, as you know from Pixel's deck review, he's got, like, 10 ASFs and 2 books and Tunguskas and Iglas, and all he's bought so far is like a Tunguska. So he's not got a fighter out or anything, so these Toad AA guns, they're not for planes, they're for infantry. So he's going for the arty. This is really intelligent, actually. So yeah, he gets the arties. That was a really big kill, but this is probably dead now, and I can't really see that one surviving. Yeah, down it goes. That was definitely worth it, though. Because that arty is something that Sneaky really can't do anything about, apart from that. So he's moving up here now, and I really do think that blue played this all wrong. So looks like this is... Oh, no, it's not going to land in... No, it is going to land in time. Okay, it didn't. I think that's because basically he put the landing spot on the trees, as opposed to in the open. I think if he'd put it in the open, it would have worked there. So... Sneaky, relying mainly on the air. Tunguska moves again. This div doesn't get seed, so you gotta be careful. I'm really surprised these didn't all die. They do have smoke. Okay. And you see, they fire a lot. Basically, this is like not very good against infantry. I know it might seem like it is because it fires so fast. It doesn't do a whole lot. And like this conquers. Pixel's had so much value out of this. It's just sat there the whole game, and he smoked with the wrong one there, so... Also, he's using move commands, not attack moves, so they have to turn around now. As opposed to just going backwards, so he keeps buying these, and, because he doesn't really have a choice. So these have a minimum range, and so this can't actually be killed, which is why they're forced to buy the rocket plane. But yeah, he needs to finish killing this. I guess he's worried about this thing coming back for him. Not sure what this time... there you go. This is what... I was surprised this took so long to happen, frankly. Because look at the range of this. It's this circle here. You could just about see it. It just covers most of the map. So I don't know why Sneaky's doing this, because he knows about the books. They just shot his last plane. He really wants that rocket plane, I guess. But he doesn't get it. And he loses his Mirage, because these one-shot those, so... It's not great. In the meantime, this bailed out, but it wouldn't be able to shoot at that range anyway, so it doesn't make too much of a difference. And here we go, a big conga line coming in, but no AA, no minstrel, no Toad AA gun, nothing. So what happens when the planes come? You can't use your own planes because the books cover... They just cover everything. I mean, it's just crazy. There's no way, you just can't use your planes anymore. So it's not going to stop him from trying, but this is a terrible mistake. Not only would he win that fight anyway, but he's also going to friendly fire himself. So he's trying to run away, and the book's going to kill him, so he loses his plane. And, I mean, there's no way that makes it out, yeah. And he would have killed this anyways. I just don't think that was smart. But yeah, no AA, so he's probably going to lose these guys now. And this guy didn't even die, so... That's a big shame, because now he's going to mess all these up with his 4AT, because you only need one guy to fire the rockets. Oh no, he's dead. He just crossed... No, see, okay, made it out. These are actually on a fast move. And, okay. They're not stopping to shoot him. So there you go. He got his value out of that. So that's the thing. Sneaky put so much time into trying to kill, and he managed to fire all his rockets. He didn't kill anything, but he damaged them all and slowed them all down. And this is right near the enemy spawn, so it's gonna flood this. What I'd love to see Pixel do here is just transfer some of these forces around, like the T-55A and this thing, for example. Right? You just put them here. Oh, they can't reinforce now, right? You know, you just send them across, and then they can't get in. And I'm really surprised. I guess he's bought all his T-55As now, but if he hadn't, he should be buying. So, yeah, I mean, it seems to be working out for Sneaky, but you see how these aren't really doing a whole lot. I mean, they kill the vehicles, the light vehicles, but they don't kill the infantry very fast. They will die anyway, because, you know, there's so many of them, but... Also, he sent this out of the zone because he's mega-minded. Here we go, this will kill infantry a lot faster, so... Yeah, I mean, if you're Pixel in this situation, you really want to be, for starters, pushing over here, which he is doing, because, like, there's nobody here. And he needs to push this way. Sneaky somehow manages to get a Marceau and declares into here. And he needs to cut this off, because look, every minute, 4 more units are coming in here, right? That's a big problem, so... Looks like these tanks are probably going to go down now, because he didn't bring any AA. I'm really surprised he didn't bring any AA, so... He's trying to use the bombers, but what's the point? The book's just going to kill you. He needs to buy the RTPs. I think this is one that he bought before, you know, plane he bought before. And here we go, the T-55's finally come around now. Sorry, I've got a... There's something in my throat. No, I'm not sure what's going on. Sorry. And as you can see, there's one-shots these, so... The combination of Milan 2s and light tanks they're getting, but... Yeah, no AA in that initial push was really, really not intelligent. I got to tell you, if he'd had AA in there, these wouldn't have killed all his guys, and he would still be in this zone, so it is very important. This Viv is starting to clean people up. Yeah, the Imp's in, and Pixel, presumably... Okay, he's bought a MiG-31 now. I'm not sure why. He's got AA. Don't think that was a good purchase, frankly. And so, yeah, more... Now he's over buying AA, like he needs more infantry in here. It's tough, you know. You obviously don't know what you're going to need until you need it, and by then it's too late, basically. There is an element of trying to preempt, you know, premeditate, whatever you want to call it. So, looks like this Rocket 2 is going to go down there, and down it goes. This Viv is at 3 vet now, so it's pretty good. And he's got the AA gun, so he's actually trying to get over to here. Okay, AA gun, probably going to make it. MiG-31 strafing helos. But, like, why didn't he buy a Crotal? You know, in the initial push, one Crotal, because it's wheeled, so it would keep up. And then it could have just sat here with a supply and just shot all the helos and the planes and stuff, and, you know, it's a bit short-sighted, I think. So, this CV is trying to hide, and he's trying to get the Appalachian up to stop this, right? But it's like Pixel's going around anyway. That will... No, I don't think it'll reveal him. It depends. If this gets to here, then it's obviously going to be able to fire its stuff. So, yeah, I mean, wow, he's on a +5. I'm really surprised by how this game's turned out. I mean, that is one of the things 152 can do, is really just shit stuff out. I mean, look at this. He clearly didn't spend his points for a minute, but look at that. I mean, it's not good purchases, really. He needs a minstrel, right, to shoot this. He needs another CV. Like, it shouldn't just all be reservists. So, yeah, you see the Marceauans there taking names. The AML-90's doing its bit, but, I mean, okay, so here comes more helos, and... Where are the planes? Sorry, where's the AA, right? Where's the AA? I mean, he's got a couple towed guns, but it's not going to do anything about this. Also, he could have got, like, a smoke mortar. I mean, don't get me wrong, it seems to be going well for Blue, but, I mean, this is not... it could be going better, and it's my job to point that out, so that's what I'm doing. So yeah, that one Vib is doing its best there, but I don't understand why these are 6 in a card. It's just retarded. Like the Gazelle cannon is not 6 at 2 vet, is it? So why are these 6 at 2 vet? Anyway, this should probably die to those. Yeah, it's dead. Oh, the MiG-21 cluster will get it. Okay. And you see, it's all getting cleaned up because he just didn't buy any AA. And okay, here's 2 Crotals, but everybody's dead. So it's sort of what we were referring to before, right? It's already happened. It's a shame, really. I mean, it's easy for me to sort of point out because I'm just sat here. I don't have anything else. I don't have to think about clicking everything. I can just sort of chill. But yeah, his initial push, if that had contained a Crotal and a supply, imagine in 2 fewer AMX 1390s or whatever. Imagine how much differently this would have gone. And Minstrel, maybe, right? Imagine how much differently it would have gone. So, +5 for Sneaky, but I mean, the CV's coming in now, and that'll give him... I'll give Pixel +4. So then it'll be +1 to Sneaky, and then if Pixel takes this, which he basically already has, so this can just go through and then around, then it'll be +1 to Pixel again. But yeah, really interesting showcase of 152 and the fact that you can wheelie attack a lot, spam out the reservists. But, lots of other divs can do that. So if you think like 4th Dutch can spam out the reservists, and also it's got, heavy tanks, medium tanks, really good RT, iHawks, better Air Force. Well, yeah, I think so. So he's got the Crotals up, and he's going for another attack now. The MTLB is still crawling over. It is very slow. I'm surprised he didn't just buy a different CV, or like bring this one over as well. So this should die now, really. The Crotals will get 2 shots each off on it, and okay. Oh, okay. Now he's got to move these, right? Okay, this guy just really wants to fly around and get shot at. But the Jatson's dead, but yeah, the main issue with these is that they only carry 4 missiles, which is weird, because I could have sworn in Red Dragon they carried like 6 or 12 or something. So this didn't finish capping the zone, which is not fantastic, right? And yeah, if I was Sneaky, honestly, I'd probably just I don't know, try punching mid again, maybe. Well, I don't know. I'd probably keep going for this until it was lost, and then I'd probably attack mid. As for Pixel, I do wonder what his points are going on. Like, I feel like he's not spending them all. But yeah, this is like not great purchases, basically. And because of the fire here, they're not unloading when he presses unload. So, because they have to leave the fire first. Anti-tank gun, okay, it's there. MTLB is coming around now. So yeah, there's lots of reservists, and then it's like, so you reservists and tanks, but no, he bought all the reservists, and then he bought all the tanks. And it's, so these guys are just here dying because they've got no fire support. So you gotta buy, 2 reservists, 2 tanks, 2 reservists, 2 tanks, that sort of thing. A bit of AA, a bit of supply, So, the Crotals are, this one's out of ammo. It's got a supply there, but it wasn't in position. So that they basically killed 2 reservist squads there, or severely damaged them. This thing's pretty good, right? And the EBRs have shown up now, and there are still reservists alive, so that's nice. The rocket planes return, and the Crotals haven't resupplied yet. Yeah, so I'm surprised by like no minstrel. Anyway, I didn't see when this got here, but as you can see, it's killing people. It just runs out of ammo really quick, as you can see. Runs out of ammo a lot faster than those ZPU things. So, yeah, Crotals resupplied now. Oh, and this thing gets the kill. So that's a 3 vet now. 36% accuracy. Pretty spicy. Additional recon coming up here now. But now he needs a CV, because Pixel's back in here, and that'll be a +1 momentarily. Smoke comes out. He survives it. And, yeah, okay, so now Sneaky's changed to trying to attack over here. He's in for a rude awakening with this, though. More urns, because they're 6 per card at 2 vet. Why? I couldn't tell you, mate. So yeah, reservist dying. He's got more reservists coming. More reservists coming. I guess he's probably not got much armor left. Actually, I think he bought. I mean, if you want to call it armor, you know, all he's got left, I think, is infantry, because those EBRs are just 4 per card, which is why they're not as good as like the AML 90 card in the tank tab, because you get 7 per card at 1 vet, whereas the EBRs are like 4 per card. Crotal takes 1, and you see they're wheeled, so they go pretty fast. Typically, you'd want like a reservist vab. Oh, you see, selling is this should go with the EBRs to give them, because it's military police, so it would move this reservist trait, increase their accuracy, increase their suppression resistance, that sort of thing. So more reservists coming out. Looks like this guy did not kill anybody. And yeah, okay, so he's finally figured it out. Oh, wait a minute, why don't I just cut his reinforcement road so he can't just wheel everybody down? Yes, exactly. So the motor Strelky are slowly making their way there, but yeah, I mean, that's how you stop it, right? You just cut this across and then you can't come in here anymore. Obviously easier said than done, but like this T-64, for example, would be perfect for it. You've got the books. One of them died, I'm not sure how. So yeah, the book and the Tunguska, you'd have to switch over to here. And then yeah, the T-64 can come sit on this road and just shoot everything. Yeah, he's doing it with infantry. These are pretty good against this div, because the grenade launchers kill the infantry super fast. So yeah, trying to use the super retard, but there's 2 MiG-31s here. And one of them goes down to the double Crotal. And yeah, you see he's clocked it now. Oh yeah, if I just shoot from the side, then, you know, and that's what's happening here. So I don't know if I think 17 minutes on a +1 is plenty. It's like 60 times 12. Yeah, it's like 1,500 points, something like that. So you'll be fine. MiG-21 bis AA. Remember, he's got 8 of these. And the Crotals, they run out of ammo so fast. So you always need a supply with them, because they just run out of ammo so quickly. Because they fire all their rockets quite fast, which is nice, but obviously a bit of an issue. So it would be cool to get a, you know, smoke out if you're sneaky, so you can smoke this corner or whatever. Although this is still here, so I'm not sure how much that's going to do. Keep in mind, this has more damage than an autocannon. It's just completely broken. I don't understand why it's like that. It's 4 PKTs, and it'll do more than those urns with the autocannon. The urn rockets obviously do a lot of damage in a short amount of time. Yeah. So as you can see, it's just killing this Crotal now. Because it's 4 PKTs, and that's better. It's twice as good as a Gazelle cannon at 1 vet. Or a no vet, or whatever the default vet is. I think it's no vet. So Milan 1's doing alright against the BMP ones, but they can't kill this repairer thing. And yeah, the adder... Okay, the 50 cal should kill the adder, really. Nice running. Motor Strelky have made it in now. I can't believe he still had Commandos Delarity. He wasn't buying them, he was just buying the reservists. That's crazy. Imagine if that original push had had 2 Commandos Delarity in it. That's wild. I'm very surprised by that. So yeah, the Motor Strelky are a bit of a problem. So he's sending in the Commandos Delarity to clear him out. Now he's got a bunch of machine guns. But yeah, imagine, right? Combined arms, right? Don't just buy 4 of one thing, 4 of the next thing. Keep in mind, this is one of the best players in the game. So everybody makes the mistake, particularly if you're playing a div you haven't played a lot. I've noticed I do that a lot. When I've played a div I haven't played a lot, I tend to buy a lot of one thing and then a lot of the next thing. So some of it's familiarity, you know. A lot of it's familiarity. So yeah, he's walking forwards with the MMGs and Milan 1s. Needs a bit of recon with that, I think, but there it is. He's going for the Vibs. Vibs have stopped to oblige him. If they'd kept moving, they wouldn't have... Because he lost vision there. That was a blind drop. So that was like 80 points. And there's the Crotals, they're not supplied, so... Yeah, they'll still reload in there. So, yeah, +1 for Pixel. And he's buying these T-64Bs at... Maybe he ran out of Motor Strelky, because I think the BMP-1s kind of counter this pretty well. BMP-1 PGs I guess you do need a tank or two to help. But in general, I think it's the BMP 1PGs and Mott Shots, and maybe he's running out, right? So you see, all this is probably going to die. I mean, it's just caught in the open here, and oh, here comes a rocket plane. So no one gets what, but you know, they're not being contested because Sneaky's AA situation is absolutely diabolical. I don't understand how he, you know, he had it and then he threw it away before he even had it. But because when he took it, he didn't bring any AA, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So yeah, more Anfis. But imagine if these were mixed in with like reservists. But I think he just bought all the reservists and now he's buying all the Amphis. That's the impression I'm getting here. So Escartini out, and usually this would be a death sentence for the Escartini because the Vibs and the Minstrels would get them, but there's no AA. The only AA on the map for blue are 2 Crotals on this side, which are about to die to a T-64 BV. And who can't kill this thing. So, does he know about this? Right, he's just discovered it because his CVs... He should have reversed. Oh, he missed. He should have reversed because he wouldn't have had to turn then. If he just reversed the way he came from, wouldn't have had to turn, it would have been a bit faster. So, this should die now. Yeah, the Crotals, and you'll notice they've been upvetted by the CV as well, so they've got really nice accuracy, which scales with decreased distance, so that will have been a lot higher than 65% accuracy. And the MiG-21 BIS cluster, it doesn't have, it's only got 10% ECM, so will he unload this, or will he lose it? He has noticed. Probably because this got taken, so... but yeah, this T-64 BB, you'll see that this div can't really kill that except by using planes, and you can't really use the planes when there's bugs. And, you know, MiG-31s and MiG-21s and all this, so... It's the, yeah, interesting gameplay. Can't really see this going too well for blue from this moment on. There's still a lot of tanks left to buy for red. Don't know what his infantry situation's like. I mean, he switched into the Luftsturmjäger and the Luftsturmjäger Metis, which makes me think he's run out of BMP ones. But yeah, just this lack of... okay, so the Crotals, I mean, they're flying over the Crotals. So, Crotals are working now. Commandos delay purchase for the Vibs. Escartini's reloading back here on the Urals. And yeah, you see there's not really much to stop this. Sneaky wants to collapse on this side. Looks like he'll get it. I mean, Spec Scrupper might kill some of it, but maybe this. Looks like this CV is going to get in, and red CV is over here, so could send that up. He's still got I'm really surprised he didn't buy all his T-55As. Like, that's the early game. You basically want to open with like 2 of those, or you can even open with 4 sometimes, but you want to open with these, like, especially against this div. The T-55A is really, really good against it. That is the true counter. So it can survive the Milan 2 hit as well. So you see these Escartinis, these first 2 rockets actually do quite a lot. You saw the HP went down really fast there, and then it sort of went down slower. And you see the Crotal getting hit there. And that was both of them, they're both dead. And he had like 2 vetted Crotals. And then he had like unvetted Crotals in the deck review, so there's a Milan 1 there. I think it was a side shot because it did so much, and this was coming into the trees there, so yeah, the Vibs should do well against the Escartini, especially this. Ooh, T-64 misses. This should really kill that. Just surprised I can't see it. Anyway, Marceau's trying to come in here. Vib trying to get that Escartini, but the Escartini just gets out of range, and then the T... I'm not sure why he went that way and not this way, because that... Anyway. So, Sneaky back on this +1. I don't understand how this keeps happening. He's bought his artillery now with 10 minutes left. I actually think that was a terrible idea, frankly. I would have got 1 smoke mortar, which he's already got, he's just not using. You could just smoke up all this, right? I'll smoke up over here. And then I would be buying more frontline at this point. I don't think this is a good idea at this point, because of this, which maybe he didn't see when he bought, you know. So he's only got one infantry here, and the T-64 is going to be a big issue. The Buck's probably going to kill these. It literally one-shots them, so there goes one. UAS coming in here. I suppose that's what the RT's for, right? You can hit the UAS and so on. So yeah, you can using the guns to strafe the fire teams, especially these with their only 2 HP is pretty good idea, actually. So, Conkers is dead. And you see this only has a 4 salvo leg, so it won't fire as many rounds. Yeah, the Vab had to retreat. It looks like Pixel's going to get more than a plus 2, plus 3 if he takes both of these. What the hell happened to that? I think the Milan 2 here got it. Okay, so he's... But then this is just going to kill that straight away. But we'll see how, you know, if it manages to cap it before it dies. I don't think it will. But he could have, you know, smoked this. Well, I'm really surprised. Oh, okay, I guess it's just out of the... and he didn't send it forwards, so... Yeah, he should have sent it forwards, really, but... Anyway, I mean, it looks like he's going to get it. That's where it is, right? So that's like a hill. Yeah, interesting. Still +1 to Pixel, because he's got this. So Milestone's Appala's coming in here. You'd expect 152 easy to be able to take this back quite easily, because you can just send the infantry around here. And then what? You know. And shoot him with the Babs, like Babs here, shooting the infantry in there. There's no meta squad in there, so... yeah. So, 155's going on that. Meta squad, this is probably coming all the way around. And you see these, oh, it's a Tunguska, okay. So, the Mirage 3Es, they get one long range missile, which isn't that long range. And isn't that missile. It's only 40% accuracy. And yeah, like Sneaky's really running out of stuff here. I can't wait to see the kill death screen. I mean, he must have lost like 10,000 guys or something. Anyway, the Escortini goes down, so the Mirage can probably just die now. I mean, but yeah, I think if Blue's AA game had been a bit better, he would have done a bit better. And for Red's point of view, like, so when this was all happening, all he had to do was get his guys from here and just like, and the fact that he didn't buy all his T55s and he got his AA out quite late, comparatively, like, if he'd come over here faster, like, this would have collapsed so much sooner. So there's always improvements both sides can make. But yeah, the Tunguska's probably going to rinse all this infantry now, actually, because there's nothing that can kill it. So he might come for this. I mean, he needs to smoke it, really, but... And this has the range. So, you know, I'm quite surprised. Yeah. And this has the AT range to shoot that before it even gets in the zone, so I think this is very wishful thinking. Yeah, he just surrendered. So yeah, that was a really interesting game. So, almost 9,000 losses. Guess if it had gone on for another 7 minutes, you know. Anyway, this is SneakyBlackGuy, rank 12, plays about 14 games with Warno a day. Not sure how he manages it, but I'm not making that up, by the way. This is Pixel, okay, who also plays quite a bit. Yeah, wow, they've actually got a similar number of games this season. Okay, interesting. So yeah, that was it was an interesting game. I'm not particularly surprised at the outcome, frankly, just from seeing the division. But Sneaky really gave him a run for his money. I thought it was pretty impressive. It's just a shame he didn't bring that AA in that push, you know. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that game. I'll see you in the next one. GG.